Kazakhstan is the world's largest landlocked country. It spans Europe and Asia. Its area equals that of China's Xinjiang and Tibet combined. It's also roughly the size of Western Europe. It's the world's ninth largest country. Kazakhstan has Eurasia's second lowest population density. Only Mongolia is less densely populated, about 7 people per square kilometer. It's one of the world's emptiest countries. Kazakhstan was once the world's fourth largest nuclear power. After the Soviet Union dissolved, Kazakhstan inherited a vast nuclear arsenal. It possessed roughly 14 warheads. This was second only to the US, Russia, and Ukraine. Kazakhstan also had hundreds of ICBMs, including the SS-18, NATO's Satan missile. This was the Soviet Union's most powerful ICBM. It carried the world's largest 10-megaton warhead. With a range of 16,000 kilometers, it could carry up to 8 warheads. But Kazakhstan didn't remain a nuclear power. Under US leadership, on May 23, 1992, the US, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan signed an agreement in Lisbon. Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan agreed to destroy all their nuclear weapons within 7 years. Kazakhstan completed this in August 1996. It became a nuclear weapon-free state. Kazakhstan's Baikonur Cosmodrome is one of the world's oldest and busiest spaceports. It's among the world's oldest and most active. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched from Baikonur Sputnik 1, the world's first satellite. This began humanity's space exploration. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin, aboard Vostok 1, launched from Baikonur, becoming the first human in space. Over the next decades, the Soviets launched Salyut 1, the first space station. Also numerous spacecraft and shuttles. The Buran shuttle was a high point of Soviet spaceflight. It was the world's best at the time. After the 1991 Soviet collapse, Baikonur became Kazakhstani. In the 21st century, Russia has launched many Soyuz spacecraft there. The Progress cargo spacecraft provided strong support for the International Space Station. Currently, the Baikonur Cosmodrome remains the International Space Station's lifeline. Russia pays Kazakhstan an annual rent of approximately $115 million. The lease runs until 2050. Kazakhstan is a resource-rich nation. Its oil reserves total approximately 30 billion barrels, representing about 3% of global reserves and making it the leading oil producer in Central Asia, ranking 12th worldwide. 92 #gasoline in Kazakhstan costs roughly $0.50 per liter, less than half the domestic price in many countries. Kazakhstan is the world's largest oil producer and second largest oil reserve holder, with production accounting for 43% of the global total. Its oil mine reserves total approximately 1.5 million tons, about 19% of global reserves. Kazakhstan holds the world's largest oil reserves, exceeding 2 million tons, over 50% of the world's total. Its various other oil reserves also rank among the world's top producers. Total reserves exceed 230 million tons, representing 1/3 of the world's total. Proven reserves of 14.8 million tons, 10.1% of global reserves, rank 6th globally. Proven reserves of 7.4 million tons, 3.5% of global reserves, rank 4th globally. Coal geological reserves reach 176.7 billion tons, 4% of the world total, ranking 8th globally. Other abundant minerals include manganese and copper, both ranking 4th globally, and iron ore, ranking 6th globally. Natural gas reserves are also abundant, with proven reserves of approximately 1.8 trillion cubic meters. Kazakhstan's abundant natural resources have given it a strong competitive advantage in energy, metals, metallurgy, and chemical industries. These industries have yielded considerable economic benefits and accelerated Kazakhstan's industrialization, although its processing and light industries remain relatively underdeveloped. Most daily consumer goods depend on imports. Kazakhstan is among the world's largest horse meat producers. The annual horse meat output is around 60,000 tons. Most of it is exported. Over 70% of production is exported. Kazakhstan has over 29 million hectares of arable land. About 11% of the country's land is suitable for agriculture. The per capita arable land area is about 1.53 hectares, ranked second globally, second only to Australia. Kazakhstan is the world's 14th largest wheat producer. Total wheat production in 2023 totaled roughly 12.1 million tons, accounting for 1.5% of global production. It is one of the world's top 10 grain exporting countries. Wheat exports account for about 4% of the world market. In 2023, Kazakhstan's GDP was $261.4 billion. Per capita GDP was $13,136.62. It is the undisputed leader among the 5 Central Asian countries. Kazakhstan's overall average monthly wage is roughly 382,000 Kazakhstani tenge. This is approximately 6,100 renminbi. The average monthly wage in the mining industry is highest, at approximately 692,000 tenge approximately. This is approximately 11,210 renminbi. While wages are generally higher, the wealth distribution shows a severe imbalance. Wealth is highly concentrated in the hands of a few. About 0.001% of high-net-worth individuals control about 50% of the country's wealth. While the wealth level of most people is relatively low, over 96% of adults have less than $10,000 in wealth. Kazakhstan provides universal free healthcare to all residents. Regardless of nationality or skin color, anyone residing in the country can access basic medical services. Pension aspects. As long as Social Security contributions are made on time, individuals receive state pensions after retirement. For families with 6 or more children, the Kazakh government waives all Social Security payments. This policy encourages larger families and ensures their financial security in retirement. In Kazakhstan, education from elementary school to university is generally free. Students also receive living stipends to cover food and accommodation. This ensures they can complete their education without financial hardship. While Kazakhstan offers free education and stipends, the quality of education and resource allocation remain a concern. Kazakhstan once had a territorial dispute with China, but returned approximately 1,100 square kilometers of land. To resolve this dispute, Kazakhstan and China engaged in extensive border negotiations. Following years of talks, they signed agreements in 1994 and 1998, and completed border demarcation by 2008. This established a border spanning over 1,700 kilometers. As part of this process, Kazakhstan returned the aforementioned 1,100 square kilometers, including areas such as Zyarkzalai, Alashanku, Shahanobo, and parts of the Balkhash West Road region. Returning these territories significantly contributed to resolving the dispute and strengthening relations between the two countries. So, what kind of country is Kazakhstan? Let's explore this landlocked nation, known as the Inland Pearl. Blank, 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 blank. Kazakhstan. Detailed exploration of its geography and culture. Cityscapes and historical culture. Republic of Kazakhstan. Abbreviated as Kazakhstan, located in Central Asia. About 15% lies in Europe, the remainder is in Asia. This line is redundant and can be removed after merging with line 206. It borders Russia to the north and China to the east, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan to the south, and Turkmenistan to the southwest. This line is redundant and can be removed after merging with line 210. The west borders the Caspian Sea. Its area is 2.72 million square kilometers. As of July 2024, population, 20.13 million. Kazakhs are Kazakhstan's largest ethnic group, constituting approximately 65.5% of the population. Russians constitute the second largest ethnic group, comprising approximately 20% of the population. Other groups include Uzbeks, Ukrainians, Uyghurs, Germans, and Dungan people. This line is redundant and can be removed after merging with line 221. This line is redundant and can be removed after merging with line 221. This line is redundant and can be removed after merging with line 221. These groups contribute to Kazakhstan's diverse cultural background. The main religion is Sunni Islam. The official language is Kazakh, a Turkic language. Russian is also widely spoken. The capital city is Astana. Formerly known as Akmola, Astana is Kazakhstan's capital, its second largest city, and its political, economic, and cultural center. It's the second coldest capital city globally, after Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Winter temperatures can fall below -40 degrees Celsius. Its area is approximately 810.2 square kilometers, with a population of about 1.2 million. Located in north-central Kazakhstan, it lies within a vast semi-desert and steppe region near the Ishim River. In 1997, Astana became Kazakhstan's new capital, replacing Almaty. It is one of the world's youngest capitals. Astana features many iconic and culturally significant tourist attractions, such as the Khan Shatter Entertainment Center, Neo Energy Museum, the Great Mosque and other mosques. Almaty is the largest city in Kazakhstan, located on the southeastern border of the country near China and Kyrgyzstan. In early years, due to its abundant apple production, Almaty became known as the City of Apples. The city covers an area of approximately 682 square kilometers. The population is about 2 million. The Almaty region was Chinese territory during the Qing dynasty, formerly known as Gulban Aramati. Almaty is located at the foot of the Tian Shan Mountains. It boasts magnificent natural scenery, such as Medvedev Peak, Keshtebey, and Big Almaty Lake, among other tourist attractions. The city also features many buildings and sites of historical and cultural significance, such as the Ascension Cathedral, which is the second tallest wooden structure in the world, attracting a large number of tourists. Kazakhstan's terrain is diverse and complex. The country features many plains and terraces, as well as hills and mountains. The terraces are higher in the southeast and lower in the northwest. About 60% of the land is desert or semi-desert. The north is primarily plains. The central region is characterized by the Kazakh uplands. The southwest has fewer terraces. The east is largely mountainous. Kazakhstan has a typical continental climate, with significant diurnal temperature variations. Winters are cold, and summers are hot. The air is dry, and precipitation is scarce. Kazakhstan's largest lake is Lake Balkhash, oriented roughly east-west. It measures approximately 605 kilometers from east to west, and 9 to 74 kilometers from north to south. Its area is approximately 18,200 square kilometers. Lake Balkhash is the world's fourth longest lake, and the second largest inland lake in Central Asia. Lake Balkhash is renowned for its unique feature of having both fresh and brackish water. This is due to the Ili River in Xinjiang, China, flowing into the western part of Lake Balkhash, contributing 75% to 80% of its total inflow. The eastern part, however, lacks significant river inflow. Consequently, the western part is freshwater, while the eastern part is brackish. Lake Balkhash, anciently known as the Bohai Sea, had been part of China since the Han Dynasty, the natural dividing line of ancient China's northwestern border. Throughout the dynasties were areas of activity for China's northwestern ethnic minorities. It was once the boundary lake between China and Russia. But since 1864, China and the Russian Empire signed the Northwestern Border Demarcation Agreement. Lake Balkhash officially separated from China. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, it became part of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan's main rivers include the Irtysh, Ural, Sir Darya, and Ili rivers. These rivers provide Kazakhstan with abundant water resources and play a vital role in the local ecological environment and economic development. Kazakhstan boasts a rich and diverse cuisine. Pilaf and grilled meats are fragrant. Hand-pulled mutton and horse sausage are unique specialties. Shorpa and mare's milk represent traditional flavors. Needs clarification. Replace with accurate translation based on original language source. Every bite offers a unique cultural experience. An exploration and enjoyment of Kazakhstan's history spans ancient nomadic empires, medieval khanates, Russian colonial rule, the Soviet era, and finally, independence. The Kazakhstan region was inhabited in prehistoric times and developed through the Stone and Bronze Ages. With the rise of nomadic peoples, Kazakhstan became the center of various nomadic empires, including the Xiongnu, Wusun, and Kangju. In 583 AD, the Turkic Khaganate divided into eastern and western entities. Kazakhstan fell under Western Turkic rule. In the 10th century, the Karakhanid Khanate was established, followed by the Khwarezmian dynasty in 1124. This dynasty conquered the eastern and western Karakhanids, bringing Kazakhstan under its control. In 1218, the Mongol Empire's westward expansion led to the fall of the Khwarezmian dynasty and Mongol domination of Central Asia, eventually establishing the Golden Horde. Kazakhstan was under the rule of the Golden Horde, 1456. Descendants of Genghis Khan's Golden family re-established the Kazakh Khanate, officially separated from the Golden Horde. Turn of the 17th and 18th centuries. Kazakhstan was divided into three parts: the Great, Middle, and Little Juz subdivisions. Mid-18th century. Russia began its invasion of Kazakhstan. 1864. Imperial Russia seized Qing lands east and south of Lake Balkhash. Thus, Kazakhstan did not entirely fall under Russian control. 1872. The Tsar established an administrative system in Kazakhstan. The Kazakh Khanate fell. 1936. Kazakhstan joined the Soviet Union, becoming one of its constituent republics. 1991. The Soviet Union dissolved. Kazakhstan declared independence. After independence, Kazakhstan's abundant oil and mineral resources fueled rapid economic growth. Its economy developed rapidly. Kazakhstan, a nation situated in the Eurasian steppe, with its rich history and culture, rapidly growing economy, and stunning natural beauty, and abundant natural resources, is gaining increasing global attention. If you have the chance, would you like to explore this land of vast steppes and impressive mountains? Experience the unique charm of Kazakhstan for yourself? Or have you already visited Kazakhstan and created unforgettable memories? Share your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching today's Defay Global Geography. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'm Defay, and I'll see you in the next video.